you're probably running at a low resolution. That's another excellent break by Adam. And the cue ball's played nice for him too, so... What do you reckon here, Mike, for an opening ball? You think the yellows?
100%. I think those two reds that are, parked on the rail are probably the main deterrent for the reds. So obviously he's got one tricky yellow on the right-hand side of the table, but anytime I've got a problem ball like that, the first thing I'm looking for is there anything that's, a natural pot that will split it. And with the yellow position where the bottom right of the table, as we look at it, if you finish high on that, you've got a pretty natural angle to run up into that red and yellow and develop them. So.
Well, it's naturally a bigger pocket with that yellow being near the hole too, so I think Adam will be using this to get position for the yellow down the rail, knowing that he's got a fairly large pocket to play into.
You did right, and I was actually more thinking he'd cut the other one and just try and chip that one over a little bit. I think you did right, it makes a lot more sense to go about it this way. The only thing you've got to watch is that you don't clip that other yellow too far away from the corner pocket, but... Oh, he's played it beautifully, nice shot from Adam.
He played it through to make sure that he got position on the yellow that wasn't near the pocket either, so he gave himself each way shot in case he didn't quite get what he wanted. So here we go to get within 2 frames. Down she goes. No issues with that at all, so Adam Lilly takes the lead once again, 11-10. So the 22nd frame is just about to be played. Brent Wells is to break, trailing 10 frames to 11. And nothing off the break, so Adam very quickly to the table here, and looks like the Reds on this occasion are going to be the set.
Yeah, wide open, great chance here. And again, it's a critical point in the match now with only a couple of frames to go to the finish line. Every frame now is massive, so Adam just takes a little bit more time. There's been a couple of frames in the second half of this match where he's gotten a little bit quick, so he just needs to really capitalise on this.
This shot here, I reckon, is the most important one, because what sort of position he gets on these reds determines which way he goes. With that red that's down the table, you want to get to that quite soon,
I think that
because of where the black is.
The most important thing here, John, as well, is just to know how you're going to get on the black, because the other 4 reds, they're all on, so the black is covered by the 2 yellows to the top corners, so you really need to know where do you want to play the black and which red do you want to use to get on it, and then build the rest of your finish around that.
So it looks like it's going to be the red that's closest to the cue ball is going to be the last one. It's just whether he rolls it to the corner or the middle.
Wiped its feet, but still all good.
Yeah, it took its time deciding what it wanted to do, but for Adam, thankfully it decided it would rather have a home.
He needs to get back quite sharp on this, because he needs to get straight, or left of straight really. He wants probably the white to be potting this last red and then travelling towards the yellows, and yeah, that's a great angle. So I think he'll just try and rest on that yellow and leave the black to the middle.
He's definitely given himself that chance, hasn't he? And if he goes wide and hits the yellow immediately behind the black, I reckon he should be okay as well.
Oh, beautifully
but that's
judged.
A beautiful
Wonderful
shot. That's one of the best shots we've seen today. And no doubt he's going to ask for that rack to be removed. It needs to.
Very sensible. We saw that shot earlier where he played over one anyway and it caused the shot to veer off, so he's learnt his lesson.
Also gives him a little bit longer to look at the shot too, even though you'd imagine he wouldn't need it. But sometimes these pressure situations, you do have to give yourself the extra second just to calm yourself down. Oh, that definitely wiped its feet on the way in, but hello, he's on the hill. Geez, he didn't half hit that. That's a magnificent break.
Yeah, Adam looks like the wind's back in the sails at the moment. Just he's sort of picked his form up again right at the right time. He obviously started this match strong and, you know, maybe just dropped off slightly through the middle, but still been solid. But, you know, from 10-all, he's looked very sharp. So I think he'll be dead keen to capitalise on this opportunity here and put the match to bed. Because I tell you what, every frame Brent picks back will just start putting the pressure on more and more and more. But yeah, great chance here.
Tell you what, he's walking tall and striding like a giant at the moment. That's one thing you can tell about a player and how they're feeling by how they walk around the table. If they just kind of trudge around the table and with their cues sliding on the ground, then that
nice sweet touch there,
generally means that they're not feeling very confident. But if they're walking with their cue tightly in their hand and they're walking with their chest up and their head up, then they're feeling pretty good.
Key shot here, controlling the second yellow. Where is it?
Off
Perfect.
Might be a bit of luck there, but hey, he cued it well enough to get that luck.
Looks pretty good. He can go to the far corner down the bottom end of the table, take the yellow to the middle next, and then he's got the yellow right next to the black to finish.
You'd think he'd be playing this in a clockwise direction, wouldn't he? From that view that we've got now.
Just needs to keep his composure.
Needs to not spread this so much.
Yeah, good.
Whether he's actually going to play through with top on it,
good
or
job there. He was down a bit quick. And
whether
like,
he's
no,
going to
just
play it off
take
the
a bit more
bottom,
time.
whether he's going to play it off the top rail. Yeah, top rail it is.
Beautiful.
And that'll do just nicely. Straight, but should still be fine. One rail, this is going to end up just right. So this for the win. Down it goes. So Adam Lilly, the victor over Brent Wells, 13 frames to 10. And doesn't he just love it?
Match, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Frame 16, Simon to break.
There it is in front of you. 7 frames to 8. Canterbury take the advantage here, but Simon gets to break. And again, nothing down.
That was a bit unlucky.
It's scary how often that happens.
Yeah, he needed a ball then.
He did. 8-7. The call's going round of Canterbury. They're backing the local lad here. The sad thing about this is that there has to be a winner.
Yes.
Pick any colour you like, son, as long as you get it in the hole. Or red.
Red Plains.
Well, they look pretty good too.
They do.
Feeling a bit sorry for Simon at the moment. Like you say, he doesn't deserve to be a loser.
2 excellent players.
Yes.
Battling as though their lives depended on it.
If you look at all the things that Simon's won this year already,
Yep.
what a stellar season he's having. But it's no disgrace to lose to Steve Denton if that's in fact what happens. It'd be nice to be 8-all.
Oh, terrific.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we need. Then have a tiebreaker of 12 or something. You know. He gets that one.
Sorry, but it's looking pretty bad for Simon.
Simon might just about be able to put the cue in the rack shortly. Still that same calm approach to the table by Denton. Not flustered.
The thing is, Peter, you got to know Steve. If he was playing down at the club, just a practice game, he'd be just the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't really change. They play the table. They don't play the opposition. They play the table. And a lot of us, I include myself, play the opposition. You think you're up against a Steve Dent, and you play different than if you're up against a
John Berry.
Well, they're very much the same, really.
Okay, so is this the final act in the Devon Construction 8-ball Super Bowl?
I think
New Zealand Championship.
I think poor old Simon's resigned to it. Actually, sitting there
Won't
thinking,
run the flag up.
no, if he gets a shot,
Beautiful position. This is a champion frame being played here.
yes, soft screw back, and you'd think. Can I say this is a $5,000 black?
Yep.
Okay. It's a $5,000 black.
And it's 10,000 to the winner. What a huge day at the office for him. Take a bow, Simon Singleton. You fought tooth and nail, mate. So what a wonderful occasion it's been. We've been privileged here, John Berry. I appreciate your time. And the Devon Construction 8-ball Super Bowl New Zealand champion for 2015 is Canterbury's own Stephen Denton. Peach was saying on behalf of the crew, what a wonderful, wonderful occasion this has been to be able to cover all this event.
Righty-ho, got some afternoon action for you. This is the winners round 2. This particular match is Steve Denton versus Healy White. And players, as is customary, will lag for the break. Also welcome to the booth, John Pitcorn.
Good afternoon.
Excitement. Are you excited? You look excited.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this match will go. And Healy's not one for holding back, so I feel like it's going to be quite a potting battle.
Yeah, I mean, generally the games are quite open at this sort of point, and you don't see a lot of safety unless you get a poor rack. So, I mean, Healy's just a go-for-it sort of player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Steve can play, the safety game, but Healy prefers to go for it, so it might be a quick one.
But kind of like Ronnie O'Sullivan, Healy does have the ability to go down a few gears and play the safety and just be a real pain if he needs to be. I mean, he prefers to attack. I mean, that's his modus operandi, but he can fall back.
So Steve on the leg there.
Yeah, you see the way the balls are racked? That
black in the
yellow
middle.
J that you can see towards the back end of the rack. It doesn't matter what colour that J is, you just have to have balls in a J shape there, and the rest of them of course go exactly as shown. It's a fantastic view, this, isn't it? It really is.
Oh, that was a great break.
Yeah, use the shark rack, dare I mention. Steve Denton, a recent convert to the shark rack. He was giving me all sorts of grief for using it when I played him in Interclub, and he's just gone and bought one himself.
So did he use your one and like it?
I don't think he used it at all when he broke.
Right.
But obviously he must have had one already.
He was using it. He was
it.
using it when I played him in the peers when he was playing with Sai.
Oh, okay. So he must have
yeah.
just forgotten it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good start of that. He's gone for reds. Issue here is potentially getting tied up with the 8 if he plays the red near the 8.
I
say the
think
8,
that'll
it's
be
not.
his last ball if it pots. He's
I
going to
think
prove
he
me
has
wrong
to
now.
play
Though.
it now because he's got no real hope of position or anything off anything else. Yeah, I mean he didn't really have a guaranteed position on anything.
Yeah.
If he'd taken, say, the 1 to the middle.
Yeah.
Obviously that ball near the black was the easiest to get on the black from, but you realise that you can work it in a different way to get back for the black.
Who put us did the same thing for Dave earlier. Changed the name.
Okay. So I've got a super fan now, do I?
Yeah. Oh yeah, rolled enough.
I think he's okay there.
There's a big yellow.
Yeah. By which he means is that the ball's should roll directly into the yellow here, or at least get a decent slice of it.
The 8 just must pot in the corner.
To the right, I'm guessing. Top right of your screen. That's just excellent control there. You see, you hit it with a bit of stun to spread it directly into the yellow so it would kill and
Just kill
be
it right
accessible to the red. Now he just needs to be careful of the traffic. If he's going to go to the right hand side of your screen, I mean, he could always play with inside English and travel up the left hand side of the table, which it looks like he's doing here. Just look at that snap. Jeez, he's cued the absolute pants off it.
there. That was awesome.
It just goes to show you what a bit of cue power and timing can do.
Yep.
That's a lovely
go.
break and clear. And that's exactly how it's done in most frames at this point. Break, get one off the break, as long as they're open, just clear them.
Yep. Right, what has Healy got to answer?
I wouldn't put it past him doing the same thing here. Just overhead for the break. Oh,
wide.
not off that.
Yuck.
That's a killer in these rules. Even though you don't get ball in hand anywhere, it still hurts.
Like being in bulk there, like you've just got so much room to pick something rather than the traditional being in the D.
I mean, you've got about a fifth of the table there to put your cue ball in, as opposed to the D. Look how tiny the D is in comparison.
Yep.
Interesting that he's choosing yellows here.
Yeah, see that one at the top would be the hard one to. Wonder what his plan is.
The one on the right rail.
On that right rail doesn't really fit anywhere.
No, and I'm guessing
Unless he's
that
going for the double back to the middle once he clears out some traffic.
Yeah, could do that. I mean, he's got enough balls in and around it to move it, so he's not worried about it at
Maybe
the
here.
moment. It might be right now.
Yeah.
Because that red's also a good ball to help to extract it.
Well, he's going to sit on that red, bump the red basically where the yellow is, put the yellow up over the middle pocket and still have the one across.
So full ball into the red,
Yeah,
basically,
full ball.
with a bit of pace. He's extracted the red, so the yellow is now on. Whether it was on or not before is now no longer a matter of debate.
Yep.
And yeah, you were right before too. The double's always an option if you don't like anything else.
Yep.
But these rails are actually playing quite nicely on these tables, so as long as you're queuing nice down the rail, you should be okay. Might be looking to plonk it into the top right pocket here. I mean, these.
It's either that or he might go middle and then try and land up by that red for his last ball to have that rail shot for his last ball.
Yeah, I think he's going for exactly that shot, John, and going in between those two reds, the two that are just out of bulk, and coming back through that hole. You can see the line. I mean, obviously I can see the line, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can end up scoring through there. No, he's gone back to the shot I was discussing.
Here we go, Healy. What do you
Oh,
have?
he's not going to get in the way, is he?
Wow.
Well, that would have been the obvious starter, but he's taken that away.
Yep, now it only goes bottom right or middle.
He's still got, two good reds there to start off with. Probably the one that's
Above the
more
yellow.
in the middle of the table,
above the yellow.
rather than the one near the middle pocket.
It's not an earthquake, it's just somebody moving the table. Oh.
And he goes and does that and makes a mockery of all of us.
Yeah, we just play safe.
Yeah, I mean, he's having that red taken away as your obvious starter. Obviously, he didn't like the look of the table, so he's going to get a better look off this.
That little kick on that red there just knocked it in behind, and I don't think he can see the yellows anymore.
No, I mean, I think the red closest to the cue
He's going
ball
to try
actually
and hit this with a bit of English.
sticks its arm out too much.
Lovely. Oh, he's going to pot it.
That's a
Whoa.
damn good effort. It really is. There's a bit of pressure on Healy now as well. This is not a straightforward table, especially not with that red near the black.
Yeah, and this one down on the rails, like a tough starter, with him leaning over those reds.
In saying that, that red I mentioned may be on for the middle pocket to the right.
I mean, that wasn't too bad because as long as he can't see the one over the pocket, it's not terrible.
Yeah, it was a shot to nothing, wasn't it? So you get that, then you're on the easy red in the middle,
Yep.
and then you can work it out from there. But if you don't get it, you've got a whole bunch of yellows in each other's road. What chance you might go for a double here?
Yeah.
Double this bottom left pocket, you can see.
Still not sure.
No, I mean this might be a good angle here to show the shot.
Kiss. Oh.
Yeah, any kiss would have been nice there. We'll be playing a wee bit with the views, so we've got 3 of them on this table. This main view, and then you've got the overhead view you just saw. You've also got a side view of the table as well for shots where it may or may not be on past another ball into the middle pocket. That's generally when you use the side view. Here we go, Hilly White. He's got a clear look at the table. And it's a good ball to start with as well.
I think he held up just enough to get that one on the rail.
Yeah, now this one on the rail, you'd expect, if he's going to play it, which he's not, he's gone elsewhere.
Was he coming down long? Yeah, he's
Oh, that's
lovely.
fantastic.
Took the chance while he had that angle.
Yeah, I mean that removes another potential issue as well.
Now his red's pot.
Now it does pot instead of being maybe potting. See the stickman top he's wearing. He used to play for. Well, it wasn't Richmond back then. It was Papanui and then SAS.
SAS, right? Yeah.
But now they play out of Richmond, so he's representing his former team here when he used to live in Christchurch.
So is that the SAS Richmond edition of the top, or?
Yeah, I think that's the SAS one.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was going to ask you.
Because I do believe the Richmond players got a slightly different one. Just trying to read the writing
that
on the
is
back.
a Richmond one. It is a Richmond shirt though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a
I
Richmond
just
shirt,
saw the- I
okay.
just saw the emblem.
Oh, I think
So it's got an updated version.
Well have done. How safe's your bank?
I
Resistant
think he's
to
going to
intruders?
take that bottom one. Yeah. Oh,
That's worked out semi-okay.
Yeah.
He's actually gotten a shot out of that, which that could have gone anywhere.
Yep.
So often with those, you end up absolutely nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to chance your arm on that shot, and it seems to have come off here. Just got to roll this in nicely and not get the cue ball stuck in that.
On the cush. Nope.
No, it was that dead zone there with the yellow he hit. He needed to avoid that. That's probably why he played it with a trace of left, and quite possibly why he missed it as well. There's players who play those shots. I mean, you get it, you look brilliant. If you don't, then people wonder, well, why'd you play it like that? Well, it's to ensure you don't get snookered.
Yeah.
You're taking the aggressive route to ensure you don't get a snooker, and then all you have to worry about is the pot.
We take on that harder pot first to make the next pot easier.
Exactly, and in a way that ensures that you're not going to end up hooked. So Simon Singleton 2-0 up early doors over Corey Freeman. qscore.com/ Well, I think it's just a tournament with a number after it, but I do know that if you search...
Link is in the
Yeah, you just
bio.
search Super League New Zealand. It's up the top.
And link is in the bio for the video as
Oh,
well.
and the links in the bio for the video that Paul has up there. So here we go. Close up.
Stevie Denton making light work of that. Healy failed to clear.
Yeah, it was really that I guess lucky but unlucky kiss at the same time, leaving him that hard pot to the middle.
Yeah, I mean, the unlucky part came from the fact that he had to put a bit of work on the cue ball, and that's quite an acute angle to play that shot.
Yep.
So, I mean, any time that ends up happening, you have to play an extra good shot to pop the ball.
Do you think you could have just floated it down there and floated it in and still had a shot on the ball to the top?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably what he was thinking too. Maybe. Take the maybe out by putting the side on.
Yep.
And risk missing the pot to ensure you've got a shot next time. That's a
Two yellows.
Break again.
Now does that red go
You're talking about the one
over the middle?
at the bottom of your screen? Yeah, most definitely.
I was just wondering if it was touching and...
I'm looking at the one right on the yellow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's on.
I think that's on.
I don't think those balls touch, so if they don't touch, it's most likely on.
Well, it mustn't. He's not going to take it if it's not on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for later in terms of how he maps this.
Yeah.
Because he's got the one in bulk now that he can play. And I'm guessing it'll probably be the red on the left-hand side of the table he'll use. He play all the others and then the red
try
on
and
the
come
left.
up the right-hand rail, or... Yeah.
Possibly now even. I mean, he's just off angle on it now. So naturally, because of the spread of the cue ball on with the smaller white ball, he doesn't need to do too much to it. He just needs to cue through it and let the cue ball run through. And ideally he wants to be underneath the ball so the cue ball's going back towards the other end of the table. It looks like he didn't have the angle though, so he's just gone the conservative route.
Must have been pretty straight. It's hard, a little bit deceptive sometimes.
Yeah, and also if you're trying to force the angle like that, you
risk missing it.
Well, you risk missing it, and also you risk getting out of pos if you do pot it, because then you're kind of at the mercy of the cue ball.
Going to try and come 2 rails here.
One just to our side of the middle pocket, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he'll just try, if it's straight enough, he'll just pull it straight back. Oh, he's hitting on the top. Oh, lovely.
Beautiful. That's difficult to do because you have to hit the red and not the yellow, and then you have to hit it in such a way the cue ball tracks with it.
I guess he had to take an educated guess on hitting that full ball and getting pos. He didn't have much else to the top, so he had to make sure he hit it. And
but I mean, so many things have to go right with that shot. That's why it's so good.
It looks brilliant when you pull it off.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. But the very best players quite often do.
Quite more often than not do it. Yeah.
So be the one closest to bulk first, because it's a fairly straight sort of poke.
He'll try and get this just above that yellow. Yep. Just use the yellow a little bit.
Yeah, just to straighten it up ever so much, because if you get too much angle on these, then your cue ball just runs off. But for this one, you control the speed a lot better in case. So and you can also do this too.
Playing this for bottom right. Yeah.
Just to come out nicely for the same side corner pocket.
Yeah, 2 options there to go down the rail, but then this one it was a bit more safer, I guess.
Well, it linked more easily, didn't it? And again, showing us how it's done. Break and clear, and then break and clear next time he gets to with the break. So 3-0 Steve Denton over Healy White.
Healy needs to make a ball here.
Oh yes, don't want to let Steve back at the table in this frame. Adam Lilly's gone 2-0 up over Stefan Appleton. Des Wilcox 2-1 up over Lincoln Moalu.
Here we go.
Get out of the
Get
middle
out of
pocket.
there.
He's all good.
Go.
Ball near the rail makes it slightly more difficult, but you'd imagine the yellow in bulk here.
Yep. Top left.
I mean, if he
Top
wants
right,
yellows, that's your
Yep.
ball.
Yep. Oh.
Stabbed at it. You can see he stabbed it, he lifted his head.
Oh, man.
He's actually might have gotten a good rub off that.
It was a pretty good rub. Steve's going to have to...
How do you find out Baden's results? Go into Q Score, Tara. Go into Q Score and search up 8 Ball Super League NZ, and that should lead you to your destination.
And it's winner round 2, so you scroll down until you get to winner round 2.
Indeed. At the moment, he's 2-0 up over Devon Bramley. Shaden McKenzie and Adam Shaw are locked at 1 each, as are Kiri Michaelides and Ryan King.
They're playing safe here.
Nah. I think he was having a go at that. Must have just done something with his killing arm.
Just didn't quite hit the middle.
Yeah, I mean, generally when you do...
Bridging over that.
Yeah, I mean, you're prone to chicken wing when you do that. When you chicken wing, your cue doesn't come through in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're having the cue over the top of a ball too, it exaggerates it even more. Oh, that second yellow, yuck. Still there for a double though. I mean, at least it didn't go fully bad.
Yep. I guess it's nicer than the 2 reds.
Oh, exactly. Hey, Watty. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay, and hopefully we're not in each other's way in terms of voice. Triple. Interesting sort of shot that actually, but the table's not looking too flash for reds here, so I can understand why he took that shot when he did.
You just basically got that one off the rail.
Yeah.
Now he's only got his one on the rail, and he's looking pretty good. That bottom one.
Well, the bottom
Steve
one's
will
on,
have,
so
yeah, Steve will have to make a good shot to get in pause there.
well, he does have the ball that's over the middle pocket here that he can use to maybe run down into that cluster.
Yep.
If he gets position on it to do so. Maybe right here, I would say.
Oh, is it straight?
I think that's
It's straight.
Yeah, I think he's just a tad unlucky there. About a cue ball width to the left of your screen would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much pocket there is to cheat here. That red that's sticking out might just about be on, John.
Yeah, the white might be tiny enough to squeeze in there, you think?
Yeah, I mean, the shot never looks on, does it? But it often is with a small white.
Just a nice touch. Nope.
I think at the minimum he wanted to block that yellow off. So he's not actually achieved his main objective there. I don't think it was so much to pot it was more to block that yellow off. Healy's actually got a chance at this.
He's just going to
Face double.
Yeah. Go on.
Shot.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Oh,
that was a
he's
good
on
rub.
the hard yellow as well. Beautiful.
That was a great rub.
It was, but you deserve it when you
Yeah.
play a shot like that. Always say that. Who dares wins in this game?
Yep.
And he stood up again.
He did that the first time he missed.
Stay down, Healy. He has a tendency to lift up ever so slightly, but it's exaggerated when he misses. That be your lovely wife trying to call you?
Yeah, she was.
Elizabeth.
She better picture her.
If you can get us both in the shot.
All three of us.
That's a fantastic double while he was taking that shot. I had half an eye on the screen and half an eye on you when you did that.
I didn't get a selfie of Steve's double there. It's a bummer.
I was trying to throw up the devil horns. It didn't quite work.
Oh.
That did work, however. That's beautiful.
Is this double on?
Yep. Double certainly is. It's just whether he can double this and extricate that red would be perfect.
Well, you're going to run into that yellow potentially, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back directly into the red. Because the natural angle of the cue ball should come off the rail
To flick that
and then
red a little bit.
straight up the backside of the red, and hopefully for Steve leave the red on for the pocket bottom right.
I guess this is kind of two ways, because even if he clips that red, it should make it clear of that yellow.
Yeah, and it'll be on for the other pocket. Oh dear, he's so unlucky there. This might still be on though.
Bottom
You'd have to try it. Bottom right, left, sorry.
bottom left, yeah. So right up in bulk.
Balls aren't touching. It's an Ike Mo sort of shot. These balls are cuddly, but this does go. Especially with a small cue ball, you can throw it.
Yep.
That was the line he was killing. That's where he wants it to go. I think this is your better line here. You can see the shot. How's it?
Nope.
No, but great effort.
Good try.
So you also see he pushed through it as well to ensure he got pos on the black. So he knew he was on the correct side of the table for the black.
Yeah, shot Healy.
You see him walk as it
Yeah.
was going, and that's when you know he's got it right. So this needs to
Not
be
sure if he
even.
quite liked
This
that
is
one.
Slightly off angle.
He's digging.
Digging. I think he tried to spread that slightly. It should still be okay though, just cut it in. Oh dear. You want that back again. You want some money to have that back again?
Yep.
Gonna have to put a fair bit of side on this, I think. Could go, left rail, right rail with bottom left here.
Yeah, it's hard to see what he's... Is this right? They're coming to the top rail? Yeah.
Inside English.
Yeah.
He's gone too far. If he'd stopped more in the middle of the table, the cut might have been on, but it's definitely not on now.
Let's roll this one down.
Yeah, I just play it off the rail and put it in the middle of the top rail. I've seen people do that in these situations.
I'm not sure if he's playing safe.
He might be playing the potless, you know.
It's going to come off the knuckle here. Yeah. Oh,
Bad luck, but good try.
English kind of took it away.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of had to punch it with top, which could have explained why the 8 ended up away from the rail. That'll be a breath of fresh air.
Yep. Really lucky there.
Really, really needed that. So he still lives. I mean, he still would have been alive anyway if he'd lost this frame, but...
Always good to get one of those ones that are a bit niggly.
Yeah, I mean, it's all these Ike Mo frames you feel like you should win.
Yep.
I mean, both players feel that way as well.
Yep.
break and clear is a break and clear. You can't do anything about that, but tip your hat. But when you are actually in a frame and you can win the frame and you don't, then you feel like you've really missed out. Just some more quick score updates here. Des Wilcox. Yeah, Simon 3-1 over Corey Freeman. Des Wilcox 3-2 over Lincoln Moalu.
No score update for Camellia and Brett yet. It has to have finished a frame by now, surely.
Oh, for sure.
Top.
Oh, they jailed each other.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They got denied by each other.
What's Healy going to go? Yellows here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Healy. I wasn't sure, but now I am.
They all link up quite nice here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the Reds kind of do as well, so it's a bit of a mix. That's just whatever offers you best.
The Reds look a bit better now that he got rid of that yellow that was in front of this one next to the...
Oh, that's lovely killing.
Yep.
More of that, please.
Deal
from a neutral perspective.
Deal with those two balls there.
Oh, exactly. Get rid of the top one of the two.
Yep.
Be on the other one, or even be on the yellow that's blocked to the middle pocket.
He might pull this back to the rail.
Yeah, there you go. Might go on the corner, or he might just take the other yellow of the two. If he's not on the yellow that's in the middle of the table, you just take the other one.
Oh man!
It's okay. I'll just have a look at the side.
Very tight.
There.
Very tight.
Just to show you where he's going.
Oh, there you go, Healy.
That's a lovely little extraction there. So just wanted to show you guys where exactly he was going there and how on that ball was.
It's very tight.
Doesn't want to go too far to the right on this.
He might play this, yeah. I was going to say he's just going to play it straight as and carry it in. Hold pause for the black.
Yeah, that's a great way of shoring your cue ball up, isn't it?
Yep.
Don't have to cut the ball in, just use the one that's there.
Yeah.
That was solid as.
It's
That made
really
a lovely
good frame from
sound.
Healy. Yeah.
It's always one of the best sounds in pole, isn't it? When the ball smashes into the back of the pocket.
Apart from when you're shading.
Yeah, and the ball goes in and then pops back out.
Where I was watching.
It gives me half a chance of squaring the match up.
Yep, so we're talking about John versus Shaden and winners round one.
Yeah, it was, what was it, 7-5 to Shaden, and Shaden absolutely rifles the ball into the corner pocket, and it actually pops back out.
Yeah, so I was watching it, and basically it hit the twine down the bottom, and then somehow spun all the way back up the back part of the pocket and popped out.
It rode the elevator back out.
It was crazy. It must have got some like momentum from hitting the bottom of the pocket, the string, and then flicked it back up. It's the only way I can explain how it would get back out.
Magic.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, that was a wild woolly waff. Just while we were talking about that. I think he did everything wrong that was possible when he cued that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fans back.
Here you go, Steve.
Indeed, and you did right there. The voice rocks. Thank you for that plug, by the way. Yeah, at the moment, Steve Denton, of course, plays for the Hornby Titans. Used to play for Kashmir Silver.
Yep.
Before Silver disbanded. And I actually think he took a year off playing into club, and then he came back this year to play for Hornby. So found a home there. Healy, of course, now lives in Tokoroa, I believe.
Yep, so doing a bunch of pool table work up in the Waikato.
Yes, obviously with his partner Camellia and their 2 children. Speaking of Camellia, no score
Still
update.
no score.
Yeah, I'm a little sus about that. I reckon something's happened.
Yeah, we should stick our head out and see if we can see the...
Somebody will be on their way to try and verify scores, I'd say.
Mike's been going around the room, so it's very weird.
Well, each table doesn't have a tablet to actually plug in the scores for Q score, which is
Yeah,
a bit unfortunate. But, I mean, we're getting there.
they put the little score cards there, so I think they're probably updating them as well. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unfortunately that doesn't translate directly online,
Yeah.
but, I mean, it's a much better system than not having anything to show anyone.
So Healy back to the table.
Friendly bump.
Yep.
Imagine just cue this in normally.
Yep.
Would you even consider queuing it in with a trace of left to try
If
and
he's going to try and
hold
get
the
on that
line?
bottom one. Yep, hitting it with left. Nope.
Pop back out. Right.
Is Healy one of those ones that aim it up one way and then when it goes through
Yes.
and hits it?
You have a look here.
Yeah. Top left. Oh,
Oh, someone got in his way.
somebody moved over there. Top left. And that was just top.
No, I think he still hit it with a trace of left. He generally cues. He used to cue everything when he was feathering with inside English, and then he'd cue where he wanted to.
Yeah, I wonder.
So he wouldn't-
Here we go.
Yeah, that's lovely, Pos. But he wouldn't cue when he was feathering where he intended to hit the ball,
Yeah.
which, I mean, a coach will tell you that's a massive no-no. Don't
Yeah.
do that. But for whatever reason, it works for Healy.
There you go, Healy.
He's extricated the red, so now the yellow's on past it.
Yep.
But I mean, some people do
I'll
all
go
sorts
pot
of
here.
weird stuff and still manage to make it work for them. So
Yeah.
I mean, you don't knock success, do you?
I wasn't more that. I was just saying, like, we can't really tell if he's lining it up with left, whether he's going to hit it with left. Was more we're trying to make a guess of where he's.
Yeah, I think he was trying to hit the yellow there. The second one, not the one he was trying to pot.
What's it saying? That saying.
And if he gets a piece of that second yellow, he probably pushes it good.
There we go. See if we'll hit this with some inside. Come around.
Well, I don't really know if he needs to be honest.
Or will he just take the angle so he can go back to the right middle?
I reckon just top throw it. You just top throw it. I mean,
Oh,
it's
it's a
the
bit- it's a
ball's
lot-
naturally going to throw
It's actually
into
a
the
lot.
rail.
It's actually a lot straighter than it looked on that angle.
Yeah, you can use a yellow if you need to.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to stick with this view because you can easily see in and around the black.
He'll just come through there and play this top right.
You reckon?
Because what is it? If he
Well-
see him measuring there, so he's just going to top throw, and then just take that black to the top right there.
Yeah, I mean, some people would stun that and try and put the black in the opposite middle pocket, but that's dangerous on this angle.
Yeah.
You're always better to run through if you can here. Yeah, that's perfect.
There you go.
Didn't need any more than that.
Right where he's measuring it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have dropped a 5 pence or 2 pence on that.
Boom.
Lovely queuing. Once again, I mean, his queuing's just been superlative in this game so far. I think that's been the difference, actually, these
Yep.
two players. And Healy generally lovely kills, but every so often those
He's
little...
had those three pull-ups that have really been the difference with the frames, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, every so often he has the one where he just loses his timing on his killing, and he kind of lifts up early, rather than lifting up just after he's hit the ball. So I mean, I think that's just a timing thing with him.
I might throw my head out and see if I can see Camellia's table. Does it say what table they're on?
No.
Adam Lilly 5-0 up
5-0
over Stefan Appleton. Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of him, the Voice Rocks, he most definitely it's almost like he's gone back to the 2015 version of himself, really.
Of Steve Denton.
Yeah. The guy who couldn't lose a single game.
I was watching a few of those old matches. It was pretty cool.
Oh, you see that? Pull a hard right.
Did you just put the mocker on?
Sorry, a hard left. I've got my left and right mixed up. Well, that had nothing to do with his killing. He actually hit that really nicely, but then it did something weird.
Yep. Yellow Sahili.
Oh, easily. Interesting, again, the way he played that to kind of come out, in case he wasn't on the first one that he hit, at least he was on something else.
Ooh.
If you play that plant normally and you're not on the one that you hit first, then you end up kind of handcuffing yourself.
Do you think he's on this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
On in bulk.
Just try and hold this.
Baby.
Yep. Good shot. Same thing here. Just hold it up and take that.
It'll be more towards the middle line on the table here. That's okay.
Just going to try and play it with a bit of bottom into that red. Yeah.
Or extricate the red, leave the yellow there.
Yep. Oh.
Bit of violence on there.
Yeah.
R18, folks.
Yeah.
And that.
Boom.
Both with the desired result, though. Hilly White back within a frame, 4-3.
That was a quick frame too.
It was. I mean, he does not mess around when he's in the mood. He's right in there, and when he's feeling it, he's one of the best players to watch, just because of that.
Yeah, didn't really need to spend much time mapping it out. He just...
I mean, they all kind of ran into each other, didn't they? He just needed that little split at the end, and he was good.
Yeah, I guess the difference there we would have taken...
Oh dear, that might arrest the momentum.
Yellows.
The yellows are yummy.
He couldn't put that white over there fast enough.
Everybody was probably waiting for me to say that too. The only yellow that could be a problem is the one next to the black.
Yep.
Just wonder if he's going to
try and get it out now. Come into that black.
Yeah,
oh, here, maybe on this yellow.
No, I think
one of the two yellows at the
way.
bottom corner.
Nah. Oh, maybe the one on the rail. You're looking at bottom rail on your screen. That's a risky shot, though. I wouldn't be playing that now. I'm sure you could get a better shot to extricate that than this. So.
He's just going to take that one down to the bottom left, and then give him angle here and that one in the middle to come into the black.
Well, that's why he's taking his time. He's just trying to remap.
Oh, very got in the way.
Yeah, that red next to the black spot's a major bugbear.
Because he had line there to bust it out and be on one of the two to the bottom left.
He's going to try and spot the cue ball here, I reckon. If he goes, that red that's on the far right of your screen, if he can sit the cue ball right near that, then that yellow that's stuck might go into the bottom middle left pocket.
Mm.
I thought that was what he was doing. He kind of changed his mind though.
It's running out of balls to get that one out.
Yeah. And he's going to have to cue over the top of a yellow possibly as well. And he could go full danger and
Possibly.
take the cut on now.
He's possibly looking for a safety here.
It's not really anywhere
No.
safe though. The balls are all well spread. I mean, there's no genuine safety here. You kind of dug yourself a hole. You need to just get out of it.
Is he playing the carom? Yellow, black. Oh no, just a straight cut.
Wow.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
I
It's
love
hard to
shots like that.
It's hard to see the angle there, but that was great.
Shots like that give me life.
He's basically opened up everything too.
It has. That was the other point. He's quite close to this, so it's not simple to control. You just want to pick which of those two yellows he wants, whether it's the one,
The bottom one.
the bottom one, yeah.
Yeah.
Off the rail.
Come out of bulk.
This is a bit difficult now though, because
Yeah.
that red that's next to the black spot again is in the way.
He's going to hit this with left and try and just come up into the other red.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, the one far right.
We'll pick that gap.
Oh, buddy. Pull up the handbrake.
I think it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, mate. You got me craning my neck something fierce here.
We're gonna see.
It can be made on, I reckon. If it's not already on, it can be made
just
on.
a bit of left, just to curve it around.
Put a little swerve on it.
We'll see how he's feeling.
Pull that lady. Put a bit of swerve on it.
Going left. Put a bit of left. I don't think he's hitting it with left.
Slightly left. Tried to base double it, okay.
Wow. Okay.
Obviously it wasn't quite there for the swerve either, or he didn't fancy it. And some people don't like the Massey shots.
I thought that was a shot there.
It looked like the simplest shot.
Yep.
But, I mean, again, it's personal preference.
Yeah.
Some people hate those shots. I'm not a massive fan of them myself.
I think that's what I would have had a crack at.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's
It's
up to the person.
Yeah. I guess
It's like a little split.
the thing there is that you didn't really want to let Healy back in with a look.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's just what you want, isn't it? If you're going to give the table up, careful. Get out of there.
Jeez.
You mother father.
I reckon if Healy tried to do that a few times, he couldn't.
Oh, exactly. It's just one of those where it always is in a game situation when it's tight.
Top the throw, back to the right middle.
Doesn't want that red to live in his head, though. No, well played. Sometimes you get too hung up on the red that could get in your way when you're playing those shots.
I guess he gave himself the angle where it didn't matter. He could come off the cushion into the reds or short.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
that angle.
he took the line that gave him the best possible outcome.
Yeah. Because even if he nestled into those reds, he still had the black to the middle.
Well, Healy was just queuing up where he wanted it to come off. It came off either at the wrong angle or on the wrong place on the bulk cushion.
We've got a Brent Wells and Camila Cook update 4-1 to Brent.
Adam Lilly's picked another frame up as well. He's now 6-0 up over Stefan Appleton. Ryan King, Kitty Michaelides 2 each. Adam Shaw 2-1 up over Shaden McKenzie. Simon Singleton 5-3 up over Corey Freeman. Baden Jackson 3-2 up over Devon Bramley. And 3 each between Des Wilcox and Lincoln Moalu. So Tatum Manning, if you're watching. Not ringing a bell. You had a very blank look on your face.
No, I was trying to get the reference there.
No, Tatum Manning is Lincoln's partner.
Oh, okay.
Is it? We snap back on the break again. I don't know whether he's actually intending for that to happen or not. Maybe it could be a bad connection.
Man, we're getting some sway on the top camera now.
Yeah, I better switch over. I'm sure someone's got epilepsy and complaining about now.
Go see why that's...
It's the aircon.
Is it aircon?
Not a lot we can do about it.
Shot.
As I said earlier to those that were listening, it is a work in progress, so
Yeah.
this is only our second event with the top camera.
I don't think Healy's going to be too impressed with that, but he does have a shot at the top red of those three.
Oh.
Or maybe the other one.
Oh.
Oh, give
Did
it a
anything
kick.
hit the
Kick
rail?
the table quickly.
Did anything hit a rail?
Yeah, the cue ball hit a rail.
Oh, it came down through the middle?
Yeah.
I was too busy trying to watch which red was going to go in the pocket.
Certainly wasn't the one he was
That-
cueing.
That reminded me of the shot that you had against me earlier. Thank you.
What, when I was playing for one ball and potted the other one.
Missed the one you were going for and potted the other one. It's ridiculous.
It's the thing with those shots when the balls are close to each other. Sometimes you know that you might get the one you're not intending to pot, but that kind of could affect the way you play the shot. This wound up good. Now, that
He was
red
looking.
that's-
He was looking at that yellow down there and how he's going to get onto it. Basically, it's cut off from all of the pockets.
Yeah, I mean, the yellow that's furthest left of your screen is now the problem alongside the one next to the red.
Mm-hmm.
So he's tried to, I think
Tried
he's
to
just
move it
tried
there.
to move it. And he's neither on the yellow top left or the one that he's next to, which is probably worst case scenario. You might be looking at the one in the middle if it...
Also, that one pots to the top left.
Oh, it does. Okay. Wrong I am. It does.
Yeah, it looked pretty skinny.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was, but again, small cue ball
Yep.
makes your angles a wee bit
Is
tricky
it
to
going
navigate.
long here?
Yeah, definitely.
Lovely.
Now the opportunity to... Well, either way here, if he's going to break this up, he's got to find exactly the line for it.
I don't think he needs to try now. He's just going to try and get the white somewhere where the yellow he's hitting now so that he can float down to the bottom cushion, take that in the middle. Oh, he's... Okay, prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you have to sort of pick your poison with those. That's ended up
Yeah, he was
not
trying to get
anywhere
the same
near.
trying to get the same angle to do that. Now what?
Besides panic.
Yep.
Jeez, I wouldn't be trying to pot this. Yeah, you see how annoyed he is. He's way hit the table. Probably put the yellow close to the other one.
Yeah, he's just
Get it
gonna
on the same sort of
try
part of
and
the table.
get it in the way somewhere.
Just be a pain in the bum. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, that's coming
That's a turn
right
shot.
coming back, right back at you here.
Oh, it is. And I mean, if Healy he might just do the same thing and try and leave Steve snookered here.
Oh,
Really?
Oh.
Really?
How do you manage that?
I don't know. I think he wants to know as
Healy's
well.
looking pretty filthy.
Filth turns into rage at some point.
Yeah.
Especially with games like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably just going to try come 2 rails here, take it back to left middle.
Okay.
Oh.
He's actually manufactured a shot there.
Yeah, just a bit of inside.
Stay away from the red.
Yes.
Don't have to screw it back. And again, it's absolute nails on the black.
Yeah. You miss Healy, Steve sinks.
This tends to be the way of the world at this point, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the way it should be, really.
It's such a beautiful shot for that white to just go in after all of those. Adam Lilly finished. So was that 8-0?
8-0, I'm guessing.
I think so.
Any luck off the break at
So
all?
New installed robot arm of Adams is going pretty well.
Someone would better
He's
watch
gonna
him on that.
he's going to be playing in that cast forever if it
Yeah,
gives him
if
this
he ends
kind
up
of
winning
luck.
this tournament.
Yeah,
It'll be his lucky cast.
yeah.
So Adam's next match is not till 1:30 tomorrow.
All right.
So he gets a long iron if he wants to.
I'd say he'll be in the North vs South tonight.
Yeah, yeah. North versus South. I think that kicks off at 6:30,
6:30,
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that. So yeah, folks, North versus South match tonight. 6:30, we believe. Selection of players from the North Island playing a selection of players
All on the
from the
stream
South.
table.
And every single match is on this streaming table. So do not go anywhere after this game is finished.
There will be a new stream started because of the different.
Yeah. Or at least,
thumbnail and everything.
yeah, stay close to your devices, should I say.
Once we know the time, we'll schedule a stream and everything else, like we've been doing all day.
Look at this. Bit of gamesmanship here. Oh, that's ended up horrible for Healy.
Yeah.
You said they were all trying to work that Kugel in bulk there and
Yeah.
not leave an easy red or yellow to start with.
Yeah.
But he's unintentionally left an easy red there. So often those are the things that go against you when you're behind.
So I believe that Steve Denton is the captain of South.
That
I
wouldn't
think
surprise me.
I think I saw that, and then I can't remember who was the captain for the North.
Possibly Baden Jackson.
Hmm.
Do you ever imagine him being the captain, though? Not anything bad against him, but
Mhm.
just imagine it.
I'll see if Michael sees my message and sends me through the team lists. He had it. He was showing me on his phone earlier, so we'll see if we can get those through and let you guys know.
It's back here. He's going to take the one in the middle. I mean, why not? You're right there.
Mm-hmm.
You take what's given to you, right? And know that you've got enough balls in other good positions where you can still map a good finish out.
Two rails and come out from the middle.
Oh, he's put himself in jail.
Oh, I thought he was just queuing it up with left and I was just going to come around the rails there.
Jeez, it's dangerous to go into balls like that. You generally try to avoid it unless you know exactly where you're going.
He must have misjudged that drastically. He's not happy with himself.
Jeez, you're far from the coastline here too.
Yep.
You've got to make a rail.
You've got to
after
make a rail,
contact.
yeah. Plus those yellows are quite large, so it makes the queuing quite difficult here.
You wonder if he's even trying for the one in the middle of the table. I mean, that would be the obvious one to go for, but
He's going to go...
I think
Is he
the
going
one-
for the one at the black spot?
Yeah. Missed everything, but I think the reason why he went for that one is because you had one close to it.
Yep.
In case you missed it, and they were both close-ish to rails.
Yep. Yeah, he could
Especially
dip
on
at that one by the black as well if it came off a bit straighter.
Yeah, especially the line he was having to hit it on to get out of the snooker.
He probably had the best chance of actually hitting a rail
Yeah.
on those two as well.
Sometimes it's not just about hitting the ball, it's about hitting a rail after the ball. Knowing that, unlike two-shot, where if you're totally snookered, you only have to hit the ball and not a rail. In these rules and black ball rules, you must make a rail after contact regardless.
There you go, Healy. And take this bottom one, come back out for one of the middle two.
Exactly. Probably the top one of the two, I reckon.
And just float down the... No. He'll just get them now.
Well, they're both close to the black, so I see exactly what the point is there. It's something that Simon does quite a lot of. If you watch him, he'll generally leave the balls closest to the black last, as long as they've both got defined pockets, because, I mean, you try to keep your work close to you.
That yellow must pass to the bottom, otherwise it wouldn't lay up here.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if it does, you know. I reckon it's this one, the bottom one of the two. Look out.
Get out.
No,
There you go.
He's okay. He got one going his way.
One each to the table, Healy.
This is straight enough he can cue through it, but he looks like he's
bring this
jacking
back,
up on
bring
it.
this back and... Yeah, lovely.
Well, if he needed a stroke, that was it there.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Now one more to pretty much stay in this game, you'd reckon.
Yep.
He's chopped it. He did at least leave it over the bin though, so if you're going to snookers here, then it's going to be very difficult to get a good one when the ball's over the hole.
And Steve has to take this one to the top left, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, the angle could very well be there for a drawback for one of the other two. It looks like it's just off straight.
Mike's just updated all the scores.
Ooh,
That's too much of a good thing.
it was really straight, wasn't it?
It was, and he actually put too much into it, which is quite easy to do with a small cue ball.
So we've got one game finished. Adam over Stefan 8-0.
Langdon. That bottom red,
Is it going to double?
I think it doubles.
Is he going to double inside it and then...
I think it doubles. I think that's the only shot he's got here, if he's looking to be offensive.
Oh.
It's tricky, but the small cue ball again makes the shot easier, should I say.
I don't think he's gone for the double.
No, he's just going to try and nestle it. There you go. That's brilliant.
Is that
Now,
a stalemate?
is it possible?
Stalemate?
Is it? Yeah. Sorry, can you explain that? You're just about to. I knew you were.
So basically, if it's not possible for him to hit the black, then they have to re-rack. So I guess maybe they...
Yeah, it's a full re-rack too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a full re-rack. So you might find here that Healy might...
So they've gone and gotten a cue ball off the other table to
So
try
they're just
and...
checking to see if it's possible to come down that side of the rail.
I reckon if
'Cause
your best bet here, if it can be hit, is the long rail. The long rail.
Yeah, what you might find here is Healy might just try and nip this.
It must be
That
possible, otherwise you wouldn't even play the shot. Oh, great effort.
That's a good try.
But you know what?
That's a great try.
He didn't pot the black,
Yeah,
which is big.
that's a big result.
If he pots the black on a foul shot, he loses the frame.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's left it still over the hole means that he's still in the frame here, even with a ball in hand.
Yep.
Somebody's actually gone and told him it's a ball in hand.
That was Healy.
Yeah, good on you, Healy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess here the play he can have here is if he just lays that red just in that gap that they were measuring before, it's going to be a re-rack. So he's just got to hit this softly.
Oh, this is definitely
so now it's a re-rack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Healy could not play a fair shot in any way, shape or form there on the black, so it's a stalemate. Baden Jackson has just gone final against Devon Bramley, 8-2 to Baden.
Mia's fighting back against Brent, 5-3.
Simon Singleton also on the hill, 7-3 against Corey Freeman.
Here we go. We get this whole frame again to the same person breaks.
Oh, that hurts. That's a knife to the heart. It really is.
All of that work that Healy did for that frame goes in off.
Or he could be sat in a seat the whole frame here.
Yep.
You'd expect the way Steve's hitting it, and he'll probably put the moz on him, that he'd be in his seat the whole frame.
Yeah, all of the yellows have a pocket. Only that one by the black. But
that's audible, isn't it? It's just got to work yourself onto the balls around it to make it on.
Yep.
Do you always think it's one of the worst feelings when you break and you split them nicely and going off?
Oh, I did it like 3 or 4 times today. It was ridiculous.
You did it against me a few times.
Yeah. I was getting so many good splits, so many open frames, and then I was like, "Here you go, John. You can have a go at that."
Well, I think it's easier to do with the small cue ball and these balls. I mean, you can break from anywhere inside bulk, so you've got so many different options. A lot of players choose to break in or near the D.
Yep.
But I think it's actually easier to throw the cue ball into the middle pockets with these.
Yeah, the key with the little one is that you just hit it full on and straight, and then just bring it back up through the D. That's like what you're aiming for.
You'll aim for full pie on the top ball.
Yeah, just full noise into that one, and then you're bringing it back up just to touch the head rail, and hopefully avoiding anything else, and not like my white where it kicked itself in after going to the end rail. So, I think it's all pot.
Yeah, I think the one next to the black goes. Same pocket as that one.
Healy didn't look at it too quickly, so here he goes.
Well, if they're separated, then they're definitely on. I just wonder.
It might be his last 2 balls.
No, okay.
Oh, look at that right. Lovely.
Does it go?
It might be now.
Might go past the yellows.
Yeah, that's what I mean, bottom left.
Okay, you saw something I didn't there, John.
Yeah. It's tight.
It certainly makes the game easier if it does. Yep. Good
pick. Have some of that. So top left and then come back down for the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Woo, baby.
Sit, boo boo. It might be alright. He'll just take this down to the bottom right.
Out of bulk.
I don't even know if he will.
So
it must go down past there on the same line. It'd be magical if it did.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it does.
It certainly looks like it. Overcut it. That's
He's going to be in a world of pain here.
Place to leave it.
World of pain.
That's a horrible place to leave it. That's Snooker City right there. The thing is, though, if you're going for a snooker here, You have to be thinking to try and cut off the obvious line to go
back, bounce it back where the white is now.
Right long rail back into the 8. You've got to cut that line off.
He's going to try and go up table a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the shot's not really there anymore, is it? Because the yellows are more in the way now on the angle. It might still be possible.
It's still possible.
It needs to be millimetre perfect. This probably
is a chance.
The one.
This is a chance here.
This is probably one for the overhead view. I mean, either overhead or side view on this, I think, captures the shot better. Is he going to try and draw it?
I think he's going to try and.
Is he? Because I've seen people do this.
Yep. So off the rail, next to that.
He tried to draw it the other way. I thought he was going to try to draw it down the rail on the top right pocket.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So I've seen people do that and pop balls down the rail when they've been snookered.
So Simon's finished his match 8-3 up against Corey.
Careful here. If you're going to go for the little cannon off the middle ball of those 3, you need to make sure you give it some oomph to get that ball well away from the 8. You've got to hit it quite full, and you've got to give it some humpty. Because if you just glance off it or you don't hit it hard enough, it ends up ugly on the short rail.
Or is he going to try and just nick into the 8?
Oh, off the 8, you mean?
Yeah, nick the 8
to
instead.
Clear the
and then
8 away. Yeah. No, good pick, John.
Yeah.
Should have answered that phone because you called it.
I'm ringing.
No, he's bringing.
Here we go. Just got to come off the end rail here and try and land it just above or below this right middle, somewhere up there for that.
Natural angle looks like it goes straight into that ball. Oh, it nearly did. Jeez.
Yeah.
You weren't far off there.
Yeah. He
Probably
tried to
just the weight was too much.
move it.
I just got some information out of Mike for the North West South.
Oh yeah.
6-man teams.
6-man teams. Do we have the team list?
He's still got to confirm one player.
Okay.
6-man teams, race to 7. 1 frame is per match, so there'll be 2 rounds maximum, or 2 and a bit.
Oh, so
queuing.
and they're all on the. It's all on the TV table.
Yeah.
So all
That
of the
was so crisp.
Here we go.
One more like that.
How are you feeling, Steve?
Oh, underneath it. So much hope for you there. More relief than elation.
For Healy.
Yeah, you
Look
see
at
him
his
shake
face.
his head like, damn boy, I shouldn't have got a shot there.
How did I get that frame? Still in it, Healy? Still in it?
Yeah, he's still cooking.
What have we got?
4:56. So we started at 3:30, didn't we?
3:45.
45 minutes?
3:45. Sorry,
Was that 45?
49.
Or 49 minutes?
So there's still plenty of time. I mean, these players
So
are
what-
not playing at a slow pace. It's always good when you have a game where you know it's going to go the distance.
Steve just checking out the clock there. Just at the same time we were.
Mm-hmm. The time is now. Always remember that. Didn't get that ugly snap on the cue ball like the
No.
last 2 breaks.
Oh,
Oh, look at the ugliness.
yeah. That the red there that rolled into the one yellow.
Just to
But I think it might clear out with that other yellow. So if we can get a good angle, it probably still can be okay there. But you definitely don't want reds, do you?
no, not now anyway. I mean, you got half your half your table's buggered if you're on reds.
What do you got? This one below bulk to the middle as your opener.
Yeah, and then should naturally be on the one close to it.
Then you can take the other two.
Yeah, the one on the bulk line, the one in bulk, and then work your way down up table,
So
and
you'll
then take your problems.
Float this down towards that red so that you can get an angle back up table.
Oh, exactly. You want to leave this off straight as you can.
Here you go, Steve. Good shot.
That's fine.
Now this one's a key one.
Yeah, that's a good point you made there, John, actually. It's one of those situations where one shot can often mean more than one frame lost or won. I mean, you lose the one frame in Steve's case if you miss the ball, but quite often that leads to a comeback from the other player.
I guess you call it 2 frames really because you should have lost.
Swing, yeah.
You should have lost that one, but you won it. So
Here we go. I just wonder if that yellow actually plants, the one that's stuck in the bunch.
it's going to be close.
He's going to have to make
He's
sure
going
he
to pull
clears
us.
the
Yeah,
reds
he's going
here.
to pull us back up towards where his hand is. Yeah. Here you go.
Stay away from the reds. Beautiful shot.
Yeah. And now just float this around 2 rails to come back into the middle, or he might.
And you take the second rail here, so your cue ball's travelling towards the
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
See, watch this.
Yeah.
Towards the black. Something that Simon, who's standing over my shoulder, was always saying.
Stevie D.
On the hill, son. It's a good view from up there.
How are you, Metro Simon?
Good. As I'm sure was just beaten Shaden.
So yeah, another game's just gone final. Adam Shaw 8-2 over Shaden McKenzie.
Surely that's not still the same score for Camellia.
No, I don't think so.
That table's always been behind the whole. Here we go, Healy.
Healy's feeling it.
Straight into it.
Has he left himself on that one near the bottom rail
Turn
on our
over.
screen?
Turn over here.
Nah.
No.
No, he can still get back around for it. Oh dear, he's rushed it. Well, I say he's rushed it. He took his time, but he actually rushed the process of playing the shot. That's sometimes what happens when you just want to get down and kill it, play it so you can move on to the next one. Shot. Good pick too, John. Hey, Matty.
It's quite tight on that one too, is it? It's coming.
It's not.
Not as close as we think.
Oh, imagine if that had sat on the reds.
Can he see it?
Oh, yes. I
That
think
little-
most definitely.
So you're 0 from 2. John? 0 from 3.
Well, he might have been able to see it, but again, he's gone and snookered, and he's broken those reds up, so he's gone and given him to give himself more shots here.
Yep.
Might try to pop this one.
Healy
in the middle
might get
here.
this here.
Oh!
I was going to say the carom. Damn it.
That's
too
look
late
at,
now.
Look at how it's worked. He's blocked off the entire top left quadrant of the table.
Yep.
The red that's easily visible is not potable.
And if he's going on that long one up by the D, he's queuing over the top of the yellow. So
Definitely.
what a roll.
Result, yeah. You've got to play the shot to get the result, though. Little bag, bit more pace. That could have been a chance.
Here we go. Oh, Healy's already up.
Yeah, nah.
Bump.
He ain't no spiders.
Yep.
Oh, shot.
Bump.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Not here to shag spiders.
I think he was already standing at that end, expecting that white to be down there from Steve, before.
Hit the red.
It's alright.
It's okay. You hit the red, it's perfect, but this is okay. I think this is another one. Hit the red.
This will come up, up there. Sit.
Fine.
Yeah, that's alright.
Of course, you hit that red near the black, you might push it into the black, which is possibly why you put more side on it.
Didn't want that. Bring this back a couple inches.
Probably about level with that bolt in the middle there.
What?
Oh, he followed through, okay.
Yeah, that was the other option. Draw this back a little bit. Black in the middle.
Oh, I don't think so. I think the black's going in the corner.
Bottom left, are you calling?
Bottom left. The ball's just off straight, so you might just try and stun screw out here. Oh, maybe not.
Oh,
what a shot!
Does it still go?
Oh, that still goes.
A touchy little one.
Yeah.
There you go, Healy.
You lovely touch. What a player. What a game.
Oh, this is good watching.
Oh, it's great viewing, isn't it? The unorthodoxy that he has is just so... I'd say it's refreshing almost.
Yeah.
You're always on your toes as a commentator and as an opponent. It's somebody who doesn't do things by the book.
Yep. He's not afraid to put a bit of side on it too, which is quite cool to watch.
Yeah, he uses the white ball, doesn't he? He makes the white ball talk. Sometimes to his detriment, but most other times it works really well for him.
Yeah, I guess the cool aspect for watching this on the TV table is with the dots on it, you can actually see them working the ball a bit more.
Yeah, that's why the spots are put on the ball, is you can actually see what the cue ball is doing, what spin it's got. If you can't see the cue when players are feathering, then you can certainly tell what they were trying to do by the way the cue ball spins.
Yep.
7-5. Looking to finally finish this off. Stevie D.
Oh, a little bump there.
Got one.
Little bump.
For a moment I thought he'd be running dry, but no, he got a friendly bump. Drug dealer coming in good.
Yep.
Just waiting. No.
There's the Matt's favourite implement on the table there, right in the middle. Matt Lee, big fan of the shark rack.
He did not want me using mine.
He
racked the balls really well for me, to be fair.
He said he wasn't going to let you break.
Well, he let me break. He just racked them all for me.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have to use the shark rack. Good line there.
Yep.
Nice central line, so he's nice and close to the yellow in the middle. You didn't want to be far away from that, because it's keeping your work close to you, and the situation where the balls, or some of the balls in a clearance, are close, you want to try to stay close to everything.
It's going to come down this rail here. Oh.
Must have identified
that ball
yellow below the black spot as a problem ball.
Yep.
So that's why he's taken the opportunity to get it on for it now. I wonder whether he's going to actually ask for the shark rack to be removed at any point. Sometimes, Matt. Certainly the way... I was breaking and getting the ball off most breaks with a loose rack, so, it certainly depends on how you hit it more than how it's racked, I suppose.
I wasn't making any with or without the shark rack today, it was awesome.
Sense the sarcasm from here.
Okay, I think I'm going to go to the Matt Lee racking school just to see how loosely I can rack him prior to a frame.
Just looking at the way he's gone between the two yellows. You can see he hasn't made his mind up fully yet.
I think he's just going to take this bottom one.
Yeah, I'd take the bottom one and then the one that's
Roll
lying
through.
on the rack.
Just roll through like a couple of
Because, I mean, that's all you need to do here. I mean, this would definitely be the time you'd want the shark rack
It's
removed.
going to be some.
If you're thinking about the shark rack, you need it removed now, really, because this is going to impact your cue ball when it hits that yellow. It's not going to impact the yellow. It'll be the cue ball that possibly gets hung up on the rack.
It's going to ride down that shark rack and into the 8.
Yeah, I mean that's a possibility.
Hitting at the top though, so it should clear it.
Oh, you see? It actually hit the inside of the rack
came
and
backwards.
rolled back towards the black. Had he taken the rack off, this is the negative part about the rack, and people do have a point here, that sometimes it can impede the cue ball or the object balls. I think that's certainly the occasion where you want to referee if you can't get it off without moving the ball. Because it's so tight here, you don't want to move the black here or the cue ball.
Yeah, you don't want to give it
You want
an
to
extra
preserve
melt.
that.
I kind of think when you're removing the shark rack, there shouldn't be any ability to call a foul on it, like because it's just such a
rubbish view. Sorry.
Such a touchy thing to call a foul when you're just trying to remove
Don't tell me this is on. This might be
going
on. Top left pocket. Top left pocket. Oh! After all of that, he wasn't snookered.
Counting those lucky stars there, Healy.
Might use a big hole here and get the other red out.
Nope.
Or keep that
It's going
big
to keep
hole
it
there.
Yeah, for that other one.
Don't get hung up. That's
There we
alright. Could have easily sat on one of those two reds, but played it well.
Bring this out to the middle for the other red.
Didn't even need the yellow. It was clean as a whistle. This is a bit of a tricky one because the black's right in the way. So you might pick the bottom red to go for here. Oh, is he going to get lucky though?
Oh, how's your luck, Healy?
Yes, it's
Jeez.
Dare I say it, that might have been partially built into the shot. I mean, obviously your two reds are there, so yeah.
You're
if you pot
okay.
it. But if you miss it, you might get a snooker behind something. That playing for that what if.
Gee, that's a close one. Camellia Brent.
Camellia and Brent are locked at 6, so
6.
yeah. Those two have actually had some really good games in the last few years.
Just getting some revenge for Jojo.
I might snook this in.
Oh, and touches a rail. Oh, that was lovely.
You wonder if Healy might just play this straight through and get the cue ball to run behind the other two reds. No. Oh, he might have left this on.
I think the door's open.
He might have left this on. I wonder if the top view might pick this up.
Yeah, it's on.
That's definitely on. I think he was playing that as a shot to nothing and hoping for the snooker.
Needed to hit that a bit fuller.
Cue ball.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's still tracking. Every roll's a winner, baby.
Yeah.
This for the next round. Yes, indeed.
Good shot, Steve.
Steve Denton advances to winner round 3, so he gets a lion if he wants it.
Yep, sleep in.
And here's a preview of what we're going to see in about 50 minutes' time.
And 50 minutes time is the North versus South game, so please enjoy the footage from last year's Super League North versus South.
You got 2 rails, don't you?
Lakey, take us away.
Has he got there? Yes, he has. One more good shot though. Having a want to get too caught up in that yellow that's close to the red. Not hard for the white to catch a piece of that.
Lost the cue ball a bit.
Here's a wee bit.
He's not.
Wow,
He's got an open pocket at it, hasn't he?
This is clutch, isn't it? I mean, you've got one pot to win it all. One shot. Can he do it? Oh my god. You can see the scenes on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, we're
unbelievable scenes.
We're not stoked to see the South go down, but man, what a match! Just the way that's playing out, it's outrageous.
Righty ho, so what's 6:30 we all think?
I think it's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, sorry. So it's 5:13 by my watch, so 47 minutes, and I believe the stream will be ended. But then it will be restarted just before 6, so we can get into the North versus South game, as we saw Blake Bernard with more than a trace of luck at the end, winning it for the North, but boy, you could see the atmosphere in the room. It was absolutely electric that night. So hopefully we get a game very similar to that one. Just your two games that are still on at the moment. Camellia Cook's still knotted up at 6 with Brent Wells, and Ryan King is 6-5 up over Kiri Michaelides. So those are your two games who...
They've got what, 16 minutes?
Yeah. Other games...
Half an hour. Is it half an hour?
It was 1:45.
Oh, yeah. Half an hour.
So other games that have gone final, Des Wilcox 8-6 over Lincoln Moolu. Steve Denton just beating Hilly White here 8-5. Baden Jackson 8-2 over Devon Bramley. Simon Singleton 8-3 over Corey Freeman. Adam Shaw 8-2 over Shaden McKenzie. And Adam Lilly putting a massive duck egg on Stefan Appleton 8-0.
Cool. And we've got the loser round 3 starting off tomorrow at 9. So, yeah, we've got a bunch of matches there.
Why do they seem to be intent on knocking the girls out early?
Yeah, we've
just
all
looking
got
at that.
JoJo
you've
versus
got
Kimberley.
the only two girls on the losers' side of the draw playing against each other. Kimberley, all the way from Blenheim, I've known her for about 15 years or so. Back when she used to play quite regularly, and she used to play a lot of snooker as well.
Okay.
But then she took a wee break from the game, but she's just recently come back to it. So yeah, I mean, she's a bit of a name from the past.
And so I see you have Brandon Lafelle at 9 as well.
Indeed. Just looking if there are any games that you would call as big names that have run afoul of somebody earlier on and been on the losers half of the draw. Well, a lot of people would consider JoJo to be good enough to not be there.
It probably is the one.
Danny
I'm thinking.
Bowen's.
Yeah,
that's a good pick, Paul. He just clicked on Danny Bowen, but Danny Bowen lost earlier today, so he'll be fighting for his life.
Well, JoJo, what was JoJo's first match?
I think she got beaten 8-0 against Brent Wells.
Brent Wells.
Yeah, Brent Wells just throttled her 8-0.
Then she beat Sydney
on the stream.
On the live stream, okay.
Hence my comment about the...
Girls playing girls?
Yeah, it's just the unlucky way the draw fell. Also, you've got... That last game's interesting as well, I find.
Mustafa and Hassan?
Mustafa Gul against Hassan Abdullah. I was having a talk to Hassan in the morning. He wanted to have a chat with me about the pool scene here. And I just talked to him about it, and he actually invited me to the cafe next to this place to have and he bought me a coffee, and we shared a sweet treat. But he's a lovely man, lovely gentleman.
And where's he playing 9-ball, or what's his background?
Originally a snooker player back in his home country of Egypt.
Okay.
Well, I say his home country, that's where he's from. But then got into 9-ball, I think, when he got here. He was actually a pro snooker player in Egypt before he came over here.
Oh, wow.
He went to England to play professionally. He then met a Kiwi girl over there, got married to her, and then moved from England to New Zealand.
Back to Christchurch? Is he in Christchurch? Or where?
No, he lives in Auckland, I think.
Okay.
But he moved to New Zealand with his Kiwi wife back to Auckland. And I think after that took up 9-ball, and recently has taken this game up.
So is he playing out of one of the clubs up in Auckland?
I think he plays out of Poland Blues, but don't quote me. Somebody will probably tell me, John, you're wrong.
Is he interested in purely Super League stuff, or like anything 8-ball?
I think anything, to be honest. He's trying to broaden his horizons, because I know that he's really interested in the way we play.
Camelia's up. She's on the hill.
So is Kiri. Kiri was 6'5" down.
It's crazy.
Man's a fighter.
We don't have a room shot, do we?
No.
Cypriot battler.
Sorry.
That might go. It could go to a 6 red.
I'd say so.
Don't recommend that, folks.
No, especially if you want your heart to be beating in a normal rhythm.
Yeah, first Super League tournament, first game, first 6 red, all completed in the first round. So I got the trifecta early, so that was good.
Anyway.
Thanks Riley for the pasting there in the 6 red. That was enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, it goes double for me. He knocked me out of the South Islands via 6 red shootout.
I played so well up into the 6 red. It was just the one thing I didn't practice last night. The break. It was the break.
The break.
And then Ryan.
6 red shootout.
Yeah, and then Ryan's like, "Oh, you just hit it from the side, and you hit the right hand side," and I'm like, "Yeah, I figured." Thanks, Ryan.
You basically want the cue ball to clear the reds, and you want the reds to split.
He said you go like left of the D, and then hit right of the lead ball, so you come off the rail, and that's the best option.
Yeah,
because with the small red, I had it too full, and then it just glued to the front one, and then it was over.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be in the pack of reds. That's why you take the rail first.
Yeah.
And then go back in towards the middle, so you've should have 6 of them that are nice looking for you.
Yeah. So in hindsight, should have practiced that. So everybody practice that tonight. It's my tip.
Yeah. And we'll be back for the start.
And we'll be back in, what is it?
Half an hour or so.
40 minutes.
Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. You've still got North versus South today, and then 2 full days of pool tomorrow. Isn't it a great world we live in? Until then, ka kite.
Stay safe.